Roger Christensen does a great job, PA announcer for the Flyers, now introducing Nick Roundy as well, and they keep coming, more and more of them here out from the big Dixie Flyer D. Not all the seniors on this Flyer team, Andy, have played significant minutes. You got guys that have seen some spot duty here and there, and so it's kind of understand your role and really a team concept that's worked well for Coach Roberts.
Yeah, and that's kind of how Dixie's been, and Roberts has been here forever, but under the Coach Cuff era, everybody just plays their role. They totally buy into the system, defense first, and whatever your numbers are, or just whatever they are at the end of the game. And it's been fun to watch them kind of transition into a new era with Coach Roberts, but still maintain a lot of those same principles.
Talk more about our tools to the game. What else, if you look in your crystal ball and kind of project how this game could flow? I'm just interested on the defensive end. It was a lower scoring game the first time these two teams met. I wonder what we'll expect tonight. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think Dixie is going to need, and I anticipate guys like Ethan Bennett and Isaac Finlinson getting some time and being able to shoot. Usually when one of those guys gets up into double digits is when Dixie really puts it on, scores up in the mid-60s. And for them to do that tonight, it's going to be Roundy on the high screen and roll. Noah Lemke getting some attempts at the rim, scoring 9 or 10 points. And then one of the sophomores going off from three, making 2 or 3 three-pointers. Those are always signs that the offense is flowing. They're in rhythm when multiple facets of their offensive game are firing. And that they're capable of that against this Canyon View team. But on the other end, Canyon View's capable with all the talent on their roster to score a bunch of points as well.
Yeah, going to be quite the chess match between Coach Tyler Roberts of the Dixie Flyers and Coach Robbie Potter of the Canyon View Falcons. Still senior exchanges, announcements. A great job they do around our region, and none better than here at Dixie as well tonight. They top notch at all of our local schools and honoring the seniors and the parents, and they even did the band before we went live on the air, which I thought was really cool. And Dixie does have a great little pep band. A couple of our schools have some really good pep bands in southern Utah. So a lot of fun to see the smiles and photo moments going on down on the court as all the seniors have now been announced for the Dixie Flyers. Take another 60-second timeout and then come back and get closer to the tip-off. Going to be a little bit delayed, it looks like, as we've got the Falcons and the Flyers coming your way. This is the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pre-game. Actually, let's keep it right here because I have a feeling we're going to be going to our national anthem here really, really soon and don't want to miss out on that. Let's get and remind everybody, if you're just tuning in tonight, CEC TV, which is now in HD, excited, and we're so excited here on 97.7 ESPN to partner again. What is it, like our 5th year doing high school games with our friends at CEC TV, just highlighting the great athletes around Region 9 for you. And this is you and I's first game we're doing in HD on CEC
Absolutely,
TV. I think Wednesday
man.
was the day they flipped the switch, and so we had that Dixie Desert Hills game over there on Wednesday. But tonight, our first broadcast with our friends at CEC TV in HD.
Very exciting. Yeah, it looks very crisp. You can see everything on that screen. It's going to be a good one.
Also, want to remind everybody, we will have cover our Region 9 teams as far as they will take us. The state tournament is, again, starting at home sites next Friday. We know Dixie will be here at the hangar, 7 o'clock. Opponent to be determined. And then, of course, we know that Pineview will be at home. We know Canyon View will be going on the road to either probably Lehigh or Orem. But that depends on what happens in that Hurricane Cedar game again tonight. For Falcon fans out there, if you're wondering what's at stake for them, they need a win and a Hurricane loss. They will be the 3 seed. If Canyon View wins, but Hurricane wins, then Hurricane will still claim that spot. So it has to be a Falcon win and a comboed with the Tiger loss tonight. Which, not out of the crazy.
No, it's not. It really isn't. I think Cedar has a lot of momentum. Even with the injuries, they've been playing great. They took Snow Canyon to overtime at senior night in the jungle. They've got so many young players. They're fun to watch. And Hurricane can't look past them and just assume that they'll be able to get that one in the 3 seed.
The other game tonight, it's radio-only coverage. It's Desert Hills at Pineview. Pineview is your number 1 seed region champs. That game on 94.9 FM or 890 AM. Looks like they have rolled the clock. We're going to have 3.5 minutes till our national anthem. So let's go ahead and take a quick 60-second timeout. Come back with more of the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show here on the Region 9 Radio Network.
Man, where's Carrick? The show's about to start. Carrick Segmiller approaches his ball after a beautiful approach shot. This ball landed about 12, 13 feet away as he lines up the putt. He'll have this one for birdie.
Hey, have any of you guys seen Carrick?
How are you doing that way?
Segmiller eyes his ball as he lines it up. Again, this putt for birdie will win the tournament. He steps to his ball. The putt's on its way. It's got the right speed. It's in! Carrick Segmiller for birdie to win the tournament as the crowd goes wild. He is celebrating. He is ecstatic.
Yeah. Carrick, we got shooter in like 5 minutes. Let's go.
Come on, man. I'm just playing some golf. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. We're about 2 minutes away from singing the national anthem, the junior ROTC for the Dixie Flyers here in full force at the hangar. It's Canyon View Dixie with something on the line, which is great this late in the season. Canyon View's got something to play for. They're trying to secure the 3 seed to avoid playing the Orem Tigers out of Region 10. And they've got to put a win on here tonight and hope that Hurricane loses against Cedar Redmond in order to get that 3 seed. So it's late in the season, last night of regular season play, but still a lot to play for in Region 9.
Absolutely.
And we're about 2 minutes away from the national anthem. You're listening to the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. And neglected to talk a little bit about Derek Wallace, who's back in full force for Coach Roberts and the Dixie Flyers. He scored a double digits last game. He's been injured for most of the season. I'm excited to see him play a bunch tonight. He can shoot from outside. He can drive. One of their, I think, most athletic guards who they've been deprived of for most of the year. They're getting it back just in time heading in to the postseason next week. Don't forget the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. If any team in Region 9 scores 55 points or more, you can head to Yogurtland and get 5 ounces of free yogurt courtesy of our friends at Holbrook Asphalt.
I'll tell you what, that was really cool today. Their 20-year anniversary. Craig Bullerjack was down broadcasting for the Utah Jazz, and we were over there broadcasting live. Really cool. Congratulations to them. We got some, we love our sponsors. We got like 17 sponsors in high school basketball, and they allow us to get all these games on the air and on TV for you, and really appreciate them. So if you hear them highlighted throughout the broadcast, go shop there this weekend, right, Andy?
Absolutely. Support the locals.
All right, we're going to have our national anthem and then the starting lineups here. And I love Roger. Roger Christensen, the PA announcer. Welcome back to the hangar, he says, here at Dixie High School, where they are so good at home. That Pineview loss earlier this season was the first since James Binion dropped 37 back in, I think it was February of 2015. So it had been 4 years, and the Flyers have got a little win streak after that loss. They're building it again. Who knows what will happen tonight? We'll have to wait and see. We're going to take time out to pay tribute to our great country, national anthem. They got the junior ROTC here. They got some students singing the anthem, and then we'll come back with the Sky Mountain starting lineup. 2-minute timeout here before the Flyers and the Falcons do battle.
Do you think people like John McCain and other people would just sit there quietly on the sides, and that many Republican activists would refrain from registering their disapproval in the peanut gallery?
Some might argue that Republican activist is an oxymoron.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of activism.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying? If you just flip it right over on its head.
I would like to flip it on its head, and in fact, I'm already doing that because my own position is free speech is free speech. Okay, and I'm kind of advocating for something that I'm really not supporting in this respect, as far as protesting or not protesting and being able to recognize your audience. What we need on either side, I don't care where you're coming from, is the ability to recognize the audience.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Yeah, welcome back. The Hangar, and as always, they do such a great job with our Anthem Junior ROTC, as well as we close in on the tip-off between Canyon View and Dixie. Here tonight, Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you courtside, and good crowd filling up the Hangar here at Dixie High School. And Andy, both these teams into the postseason, and that's another storyline we haven't even talked about here in our Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. Both teams want to go into the postseason with some momentum, not thinking about last week's loss.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, there's a lot to be said for winning that last regular season game, feeling good about yourselves, going in with confidence into the postseason. You know, we talked with Coach Eves earlier in the day, too. He said, you know, that game that we lost, maybe a little bit of a wake-up call, and it may have been good to have that now as opposed to in the postseason. And I think the same could be said for the last game of the year, getting a win and feeling good about going into the playoffs.
Sky Mountain starting lineups. Hit the Sky President's Day weekend. Get your tee times like calling out there, 635-7888. Mason Lyman at one guard. Trevor Faro at another guard. Parker Holmes will start at the 3. Dallin Brindley at the 4. And then the big guy down low, Kyle Sorensen. And Holmes, Farrow, and Lyman, those 3 guys averaging over 36 points a game for Coach Robbie Potter. And what a job Coach Potter has done with this Canyon View Falcons team. They were picked absolutely dead last in the preseason media poll, and yet with a win tonight, and if they get some help from Cedar and they beat Hurricane, they would be the number 3 seed going into the state tournament.
Yeah, great year by Coach Potter, and a lot of teams have overachieved this year, and I think Canyon View is definitely one of those teams putting themselves in a position to be the 3 seed out of Region 9 this year.
Going to be a lot of emotion. Coach Roberts is starting seniors tonight. It's not going to be his normal starting 5, and he's going to go with a guy like Nike Schultze, who hasn't even hardly played this entire year, but he is a senior. He is a guy that Coach is going to roll out there to start tonight. So you got to love that. You got to love that.
Yeah, I love that.
And also, J.J. Whitehour is a guy that, you know, seen some valuable minutes as he gets introduced. He's going to get the start tonight. And then you're still going to have, of course, Derek Walsh, who started early in the season, Andy, but then got some injuries. And Travis Muir is going to get the start tonight. And then I'm assuming Hayden Cottle would still be the one senior that is a normal starter that will still start tonight for Coach Tyler Roberts. Oh, Schaefer's going to get the start. Schaefer's going to get the start tonight.
Yeah, Schaefer comes out. And now Derek Wallace, who came in last game, scored in double digits. One of his first games back and looked really good. An athletic kid who can score from deep, who can drive a little bit. And it'll be a fun night here for the Flyers.
Oh, so it was Cottle out there actually just to high-five the guys. Cottle will not start tonight. So Muir, Whitehour, Wallace, Schaefer, and Nike. They call him Nike Schultze. I think it's German. You pronounce it Schultze. And that is the starting lineup for Dixie. Again, brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Hit of the Sky, President's Day weekend. They got a $79 special. Get your tea time. It comes with lunch, and you can reround. Call 635-7888. Welcome in our CEC TV viewers on Channel 108 and HD. Everybody on Sports Radio 977.com and on the radio. Let's play basketball. Tip-off into the air, and it's won by the Falcons. And play-by-play first quarter brought to you by Utah Gastroenterology. Left side, Brindley quickly into Holmes. Holmes working on Whitehour, goes right off the glass, missed it, trying to get his own rebound. It's knocked out of bounds, and it's last touch by Parker Holmes. And it will be to the Flyers. Probably going to be important against some guys maybe with some nerves on senior night for the Falcons to get off to a hot start tonight, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've seen them start slow a little bit, but guys outside of their big three, like Brindley, have got to have a big game tonight.
Schultze got tangled up there, lost the balance, and turns it over. First turnover for the Flyers, and the Falcons will take over. No score here, moments into this game. Right angle to Farrow. Farrow has it nearly stolen by Wallace. Kicks it to Brindley, has to save it from going to the Dixie bench. Quickly over to Lyman. He'll catch and shoot and hit a three from the right angle. Down it goes for Lyman.
And just hands down by Derek Wallace. Didn't close out aggressively. And Lyman, all three of these big guys on Canyon View, can shoot that three. He knocks it down.
Again, Flyers are already locked into the 2C. Nice give and go, and Whitehour takes it and scores it.
Beautiful little backdoor look there to set up Whitehour for a wide open three. Canyon View struggles to protect the paint, and that was definitely a case of that in that first possession for Dixie.
3-2 Falcons. Spin move by Lyman. Down goes over Sorensen. Sorensen pump fake, got him up in the air, missed it though. Muir maybe still got a little bit of a piece of that, or at least altered that shot.
Yeah, I thought he tapped it just enough to make it a weird shot for Brindley, who missed the layup.
Wallace out to Schaefer. Schaefer's a sniper. He likes to shoot the three. Probably not as prolific a shooter as the sophomore Isaac Finlayson, but we've seen Schaefer get hot from outside this year. Nice give and go drive by Muir, and can't finish though from the left side, driving baseline, and here comes Farrow. Farrow, left-hand dribble. Now he's going to skip it all the way over to the corner. Pass is skip to Holmes. Holmes facing, trying to go around Muir, nothing there. Kick it back out. Falcons will reset. Move it quickly around the horn. Lyman will take a line drive three. Oh, that's Brindley, Dallin Brindley rather, with the Curran Christensen NAIXL Real Estate triple.
And that's what we talked about in the pregame. Brindley being a hot, sharp shooter. He's been cold the last couple games. They need him to score a bunch, especially from outside tonight.
So 2 3-pointers have opened up a 6-2 lead for the Falcons here on the road. Whitehour thought about a three. Flyers wearing the home whites, the blue trim. Schultze out top. Nice little bounce pass one hand, an extra bounce pass down low. And Wallace, good look, but he missed it. Here comes Canyon View, up by 4. Lyman might have traveled, gives it to Holmes and scores it off the window.
Yeah, Lyman got the benefit. Whitehour tried to take a charge. Lyman may have taken an extra step, but it allowed for the cutting Holmes to come in for a wide open layup.
Wallace running the point right now, goes to Schultze.
Schultze between the legs.
But now he's terminated, needs some help. He's got a 5 count going, but able to give it up and get it right back. Now to Schaefer, triple threat. Drives to the elbow. Nothing there. Now Whitehour, pump fake, drive in. Baby floater, got it. Nice move by Whitehour.
Wow, aggressive little footstep there. Drop steps it into the paint, uses the finger roll.
Justin Whitehour has all 4, or J.J. Whitehour rather. And now another 3 hit by Trevor Farrow.
They're feeling it. Farrow and Brindley starting hot tonight for the Falcons from deep.
11-4, Canyon View leads up there on our one-loss scoreboard. Brindley, Farrow, and Lyman have all hit triples for Coach Robbie Potter. Handoff, faked. Wallace driving, and they say he carries the basketball. Turnover Dixie High. Back to Canyon View. That's the second turnover here for Dixie.
Looks like Canyon View's going to sub in Spencer for the big guy.
And Spencer's been good. And Coach specifically chatted with us earlier this afternoon about how he's really come along throughout the season and been a great part of this team. Lyman got that right knee in a gray sleeve. Now a hook pass to Brindley. Tipped away by Whitehour. Turnover Canyon View. Muir comes out of there with it. And now a jump ball tied up by Parker Holmes.
Yeah, good job by Canyon View to stay down there. Muir just had the ball. Everybody left him, and Canyon View was able to trap him and get the alternate possession call.
So we are underway, and it is all Falcons here early on with the three-point shot. Canyon View leads 11-4, but a turnover. Here comes Lyman, nifty dribble behind the back and a reach called on Schultze.
Yeah, tough pass by Schultze on that other end. Wanted to get it down low to Whitehour, who had his back to the basket, but telegraphed it a little bit. Canyon View jumped in front for the easy interception. Now Schultze will go to the bench. favor of Hayden Cottle for the Flyers.
And here comes Lyman to the right angle now, looking maybe for a little 4-low. Now they send Farrell up top. Spencer comes to the elbow, right at the free throw line. Tries to kick to the corner, but Farrell was coming out, and turnover Canyon View. That's their second turnover of the game. Keep track of the stats tonight. Turnovers, shooting percentage, individual scoring. Thanks to our friends at Wilkinson's. Wilkinson's, lights, fans, home decor, and so much more. Probably a busy week for them with the parade of homes. Probably a busy month. Muir driving, spin move, and he scores it high off the glass with a soft touch. Down it goes.
And this group of Flyers going right to the rim so far, a lot in this first quarter.
First player other than Whitehour to score, and it's Travis Muir. Almost a steal. Now Spencer has a good look, and Spencer knocks it down. Little 16-footer.
Man, 3 threes and then a long 16-foot jump shot. Everything's falling in rhythm tonight for the Falcons.
They lead 13-6 with 2:45 left here in the first quarter. And now it's nearly a steal by Spencer, and a foul is called. And that'll stop play. And they're going to call it against the Flyers. So when he tipped it, they say Cottle fighting off Spencer, caught with a push-off, a forearm shiver called on. Hey, what'd you see there, Andy?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be on Spencer leaning in with his shoulder, but I guess they got Cottle early with the off-arm push-off.
And now right angle, Farrow looking, triple threat, gives to Holmes, back to Farrow. Farrow feeling his way in. Now he kicks it out. And a hand check call as Jackson Jorgensen had just checked in.
And Jorgensen's been one of the guys with Spencer to kind of help out the starting five, come in, spell for a couple minutes, and make some plays. And usually these are the 7 that play, the ones that we've seen.
In it goes. And a whip pass. Spencer head fake. Drives in. Good defense and a steal by Jordan Matthews. Ahead of everybody. Right hand finger roll. Got it.
So good in transition, so good at jumping passes and then finishing on the other end. Jordan Matthews, one of the best in Region 9.
And that cuts the lead to 13-8. Dixie down by 5. Canyon View with possession. Holmes thought about the 3. Oh, puts it on a spin move between a double team, and they call a foul on the Flyers.
Wow, pretty impressive. And then it looked like
they called travel.
Yeah, the refs kind of talked to one another and then switched the call to a travel here. Thought it was a pretty good move here. Great timing on the spin.
Well, he got tripped up, and yeah, I mean, if he doesn't get tripped up, it's probably not a travel, but when he gets tripped, yeah, it's probably an extra step or 2.
Foul caused the travel, it looked to me.
Inadvertent, though, on the trip, you could argue that. I don't have a problem with the official's call there. Tough call against Canyon View, though. If you're a Falcon fan, you don't like it. And now it's turnover. The 3rd of the night by the Flyers. Holmes, hesitation move, and a lot of contact, and they call an offensive foul. And Whitehour having a nice night so far, getting the start. He takes the Rocky Mountain collision.
Yeah, good job by him. Just sees it coming from about 5 feet away, plants himself a couple feet inside the free throw line and takes a charge. That's the second possession in a row. He's attempted taking a charge that time. Took one right on the chest for the Flyers.
Take the dent out of accident. Rocky Mountain collision. And now Cottle, Matthews, Lemke, Muir, and Roundy on the court for Tyler Roberts, head coach of the Flyers, with a minute 17 here in the quarter. And Canyon View leading 13-8. Out top, Matthews looking for some help. And finally, a foul called on a reach-in against Canyon View.
Pretty impressive job defensively, extending out by the Falcons. Noah Lemke's trying to post up on the elbow. He's got a size advantage on Sorensen. He's got to get closer to the basket, though. His game isn't out there. He's going to work a little high screen up top with Muir. Muir passes it over to Cottle. Looking for the lob pass to Lemke inside, and it'll be knocked away. Falcons take it back.
Here comes Canyon View. Jorgensen wanted to maybe stop and pop. Instead, kicks it to Brindley. He'll take a 3. It looks short. It is. Rebound fought for. Still loose. And finally picked up by Holmes. But we got a kick And it's going to be Dixie ball. Falcons got a foot on it.
Yeah, Brindley, first time a three by Canyon View's been well defended. That one, I thought the Flyers did a good job closing out, getting a hand up in his face, just missed it. But then Dixie will get the ball back as looks like Dry will come in the game for the Falcons for the first time.
Got a Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 score update. It is 21-3 right now, Andy. Hurricane has hit 5 3-pointers, and they lead Cedar by 18.
They want that 3 seed. Wow.
They lost by 10 earlier this week to Pineview, and now a travel call against Dixie High School.
Man, a ton of whistles coming over the last few possessions. Almost every possession there's been a whistle. That time, travel on Roundy.
Lyman, slow walk across the timeline. Going to hold for one here with 20 seconds on the clock here to end the first quarter. 13-8. Canyon View leading on the road at Dixie High. And now an offensive foul emphatically called against Canyon View. And I think they're going to get Dallin Brindley with the foul.
Yeah, pushing as he's coming down. And, I don't know, fifth whistle in consecutive possessions, it seems like, with 11 seconds here left to go in the first quarter.
Inbound, Matthews, 9 on the clock. Matthews driving, working on Lyman. Off the glass and down it goes, and the outside official calls the foul on the way up. So that's 2 and a chance for 1.
Yeah, and 1 call could have gone either way. Those are always the toughest calls in basketball. But Jordan Matthews, so physical, going to the rim. We'll see it here on the replay for our TV audience. I think that's the right call. Canyon View was not in position, did take the brunt of the contact, but wasn't stationary as the free throw is missed by Matthews, and here come the Falcons.
Got to get it off. They do with 1 on the clock, and down it goes. Bucket hit by Jorgensen, and that's the way the quarter will come to a close. We'll take the timeout on the one-loss scoreboard. 16-10, the Falcons leading the Flyers here on your Region 9 network.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
We have to be responsible ourselves for our minds.
True, right? But that's
we can't
that's
palm
the
it
issue.
off on being unwitting dupes and just say, oh well, it doesn't count because I got played.
Well, we have some unwitting dupes, Jennifer.
We do, but you can't say because we got played by the Russians that we have to redo the election.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hangar. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you. 16-10 as we start quarter number 2. Tonight's game brought to you by Intermountain St. George Acceleration. A lot of our local high school varsity players started as 8, 9, 10, 12-year-olds training over there. The staff at Acceleration does an incredible job. And if you want to get a training session, there is no off-season. Call 251-2256. Or check them out on social media. Falcons go to work. Lyman, nice drive, wraparound pass. And a travel called on Brindley. That is turnover number 5 for Canyon View already in this game.
Great awareness by Lyman. Big jump stop, wraparound pass without even really looking. Wrapped it around 2 Dixie Flyers. Brindley just couldn't handle it with his feet. And he gets the travel call.
Roundy's going to jog it up. Cross half court. Man-to-man defense applied by the Falcons. Cottle holding with it. Looking for a pick and roll there with Lemke. It wasn't available. Now Cottle's got a 5-second count, and he got it. He had to get rid of it, and right as he was, they had already blown the whistle. Coach Potter, I think, gets a little assist on that call.
Yeah, absolutely. Really impressed with the Falcons' efforts so far tonight, especially on the defensive end. I mean, they're defending at 25, 30 feet and denying passes everywhere, making it really tough on the Flyers.
16-10. Nobody has scored here. Early moments, second quarter. And trying to change that, but mid-range jumper doesn't fall for Canyon View out of the hand of Kyle Sorensen. Finlinson, Cottle, Roundy, Lemke, Matthews out on the court right now for Dixie. Flyers working right to left on your radio dial from our vantage point here at the hangar. Pass down low, tough catch by Cottle. They started the double team, now they back into a single team, and he'll walk it and jog it back out top, reset it. Cottle gives it up to Lemke. Lemke now over to Matthews. I think they want to post Cottle up. He's working down low. Flyers are one of the more patient teams in all of Region 9 as the ball's loose on the floor and it's grabbed by the Falcons. Here comes Lyman ahead. Lyman going to go all the way in over Lemke, and Lemke blocks the shot. Just got a piece of it.
Full speed ahead. Lemke just had to tap it to affect the layup as Cottle's going to launch one from three, and he knocks it down.
Wow, big Kern Christensen NAIXL Real Estate 3 by Hayden Cottle. That's his first points of the ball game. And it cuts the lead in half, 16-13. Canyon View. Tight pass down to Holmes. Holmes double team, and it's knocked out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Falcons.
Huge shot there on that transition by Cottle to cut it to a three-point game. Lyman for Canyon View is doing such a great job on defense, helping off his man, sneaking around, stealing the ball, and create turnovers for the Falcons.
Triggering it is Holmes. 5:55 to go in quarter number 2. Canyon View with possession and a 3-point lead. Lyman out top with it now. Whip past Holmes. Holmes goes to attack mode against Cottle. Missed it, got his own rebound, missed it again, and rebound cleared by Ethan Bennett. Bennett into the game. He looks over at Coach Roberts. Bennett, both his older brothers played here for Dixie and were great players, Devin and Tyler. Tyler's up at Salt Lake Community College after a 2-year LDS mission. Shot up won't go from Bennett. Wallace can't grab the rebound, and Canyon View will have it.
Canyon View's just flying around tonight. Good effort by Wallace to go for the offensive rebound. Was in pretty good position, just got it knocked off of his hand and out of bounds as Lyman will bring it up with Farrell.
16-13, Canyon View leading Dixie here with about 5:15 in the quarter and a whistle now on the court.
Be on the ground, a really good drive by Jorgensen, who is a three-point shooter. Had an open look, decided to put it on the hardwood and drive and force the foul on the Flyer defense. That was on Derek Wallace.
Wallace gets tagged with his first personal foul. Good to see him healthy again, missed some time. Good portion of the middle part of the season. Pass down to the corner to Farrell. Farrell goes middle to Spencer. Spencer one dribble back out to Lyman. Lyman back to Spencer. Pump fake, steps into a better shot. Wide open jumper, down it goes. And Canyon View's lead is back up to 5.
Yeah, they're moving the ball well. They're faking well on their passes and their shots. Great space, and they're knocking down jump shots, which on the road you can never take for granted. But that's exactly what they're doing tonight with a 5-point lead here with 4:50 left in the half.
Yeah, 3:10 off the clock in quarter number 2, and both teams with one field goal, a 3-point field goal made by Hayden Cottle, and then that one there by Spencer, the only points in the quarter for either team. Bennett to Wallace, now over to Schaefer. Good look at a set 3, and it's in the air and too strong off the back iron. Offensive rebound, Cottle. Whip it out to Roundy. Roundy takes a little 14-foot jumper in the middle of the key, and he buries it.
And good job by him to just stop and pop, not try to drive with Canyon View in good position to defend, not try to sneak an interior pass. Just hit that nice little 10-foot jumper, which he's so good at.
First points of the game for Nick Roundy come about halfway through quarter number 2, and now we got a whistle and a foul down low against Dixie. And they're going to call it on Nick Roundy.
Yeah, Roundy just reaches in here and grabs the ball, trying to force a jump ball or just a steal, but they're going to get him, I guess, on the reach before he ripped the ball away.
Inside, and now outside on the inbounds pass. Extra pass, Spencer missed the 3. Offensive rebound by Jorgensen. Goes to Spencer. Spencer dribbles out of trouble. High school basketball tonight. Second quarter action, 18-15. Canyon View with the lead. Tonight's game presented by Summit Athletic Club. Wrap around reverse, and it's blocked by Cottle. Holmes tried to use the rim to protect it, and it still didn't work. Cottle almost had that swiped away by Spencer. Gives it to Wallace. Kick back out to Roundy. Roundy looks at Coach Roberts. They want to go stack. 3:37 on the clock in the first half. Nice little crossover dribble and a foul called on Jorgensen.
Man, that little inside-out dribble going left. He's so good at going off the screen and roll, but sometimes when he doesn't have a screener, he can go right by. As Jorgensen tried to commit to getting a steal on the crossover. Whoop! There goes the inside-out dribble into the bucket.
16 foul, and the second personal foul on Jorgensen. And now Roundy goes right back to the dribble drive all the way to the rim, and left-hand lane is good.
You know, and at the beginning of the season, that was their bread and butter offense, him going hard left and driving. And we've seen a little less of that in the latter half of the season, but he definitely needs to get back to that going into the playoffs.
1-point game, 18-17. Dixie trailed by 6 to start this second quarter. They fought back to within 1. Canyon View with it out top. Farrow. Flyers have packed it into that 2-3 zone now, which has kind of slowed Canyon View down. Now they're adjusting. They go middle of the key to Brindley. Pump fake, kick out. Good look at a 3 by Farrow, and he missed it too strong. Rebound, Roundy. Double team, though, immediately finds Wallace. Wallace crossed half court. Wallace, Cottle, set 3. It's in the air, and it's too strong off the back iron. Rebound, Brindley. Hand off to Farrow. Farrow racing ahead. And now spin back out. Brindley, Jorgensen, great pass to Holmes, and it's good. Parker Holmes, easy bucket there.
And that's 2 different times tonight. Jorgensen has passed up a good 3 for a better layup that time on the pass inside to Holmes. Good mature moves there by Jorgensen.
Roundy blows by Spencer and scores it. He wanted the foul, didn't get it. Yeah. Roundy's got 6 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, Roundy on an island, one-on-one covers. That's tough to defend, and he's been taking advantage of it.
20-19, ball deflected, but Canyon View retains. Canyon View has that 1-point lead on the one-loss scoreboard. 2 minutes exactly left here in the first half. Spencer, guarded by Bennett, goes down low. Holmes goes up, challenging Cottle, and Cottle turns him away. Here comes Wallace. Wallace down the lane, stops, pops, off the glass. Good, Derek Wallace.
Wow, great job by Wallace maintaining possession. I thought he lost it off the dribble, but got it back, went up for a layup, and we got a lead for the Flyers now, 21-20.
It's Ryan Kramer at Remax. Timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll take it. Flyers lead 21-20 on your one-loss scoreboard.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Yeah, hoping for over 55 points. So on a Friday night, kick off your President's Day weekend with free dessert. Compliments of Holbrook Asphalt over at Yogurtland after the game. And we're pacing right on track. Maybe a little shy right now, but usually there's always more points in the second half. Right, Andy?
Absolutely, as a 3's casted and missed by I think that's Malik Dry, his first shot of the game.
Yeah, he just checked in. Missed that, but Flyers touch it last on that loose ball rebound, so Canyon View will trigger it in under their own basket. Schaefer, Roundy, Matthews, Cottle, and Bennett on the court right now for Dixie. Farrow, Spencer, Brindley, Sorensen, and Dry. And another 3 shot up and no good. Ball still loose. Dry comes out of there with it over to Farrow. He'll hoist. He'll miss that 3. Finally, Matthews grabs the rebound. Here comes Bennett. Spin move. Pass to Cottle. Cottle goes up strong. Missed it. Rebound, Canyon View. And Farrow is fouled by Matthews at half court.
Canyon View's gone ice cold from 3 since how they started this game with 3 consecutive, or maybe even 4 consecutive makes. They've missed a bunch.
You see Matthews, though, just kind of lean in, and Farrow was just spinning away. There wasn't a ton of contact on that, and Matthews did not like that call. Both teams with 6 fouls. Pretty well-cleaned first half. Next foul for either team, except on a dead ball, would be 1-on-1 situation. Inside, and now a jump ball tie-up. Matthews with the quick hands, and they'll get it on the alternate possession.
Wow. Yeah, that's just a heady play by Matthews. Just reaching his hands in, grabbing the ball. He saw an opportunity, pounced on it, and gets his team the ball back. Matthews will inbound it for the Flyers. With under a minute left to go, they have a 1-point lead. Matthews will get it to Finlinson and then back to Roundy to bring it up. They're going to take their time here with a 1-point lead, likely one shot, showing four corners here in the half court. Roberts telling his kids what to do from the sideline.
And they're going to hold for one. They always like to do this in this situation.
Roundy guarded by Spencer at the top of the key.
Yeah, he'll set the action probably with about 7-8 seconds on a high ball screen. Unless something is available now to Ethan Bennett, who drives in and is fouled. Probably went a little earlier than Coach Roberts was wanting, but he'll earn a trip to the foul line.
Yeah, collided a little bit with Sorensen here on the drive, who helped. Tried to draw a little side charge there off of his shoulder, but I think the right call. Sending Bennett to the line.
And it's good by Ethan Bennett. First points of the half for Bennett come here.
They blew the whistle prior to the shot. They're trying to figure out whether it's 1-and-1 or shooting two.
I think he was going up on the shot. Yeah, I think he was going up. I mean, he's in the key 3 feet out.
Yeah, I think it's clearly a two-shot foul. And now he's going to miss the first one. I think he's going to get the second try.
So they took the point away. I don't know about that one. And then he misses, so I'll have one more. They blew the whistle after he'd had the ball, but they did need to know if it was 1-1 or 2. Bennett does make the second. And the Flyers lead 22-20 here with just 14 seconds left in the half. Lyman lost his dribble. Goes all the way into the front court, and it's stolen away. Here comes Wallace. Pass to Roundy. Roundy, Matthews got it with 3 on the clock. Jordan Matthews puts it home.
Great communication by the Flyers as Kenyu launches it over the backboard to end the first half. But incredible pass from Derek Wallace to Matthews, who gets it down low and makes the layup.
24-20, the Flyers outscoring Canyon View by 10 in quarter number 2. And they've turned the table here on the Falcons at home, but still a good one. We'll take the break. When we come back inside our InfoWest halftime report, scores from around the region, scores from around the country. Check in on Donovan Mitchell at the Rising Stars Rookie-Sophomore World versus USA game. Plus get you ready for the weekend, as well as kind of more about the playoffs ahead next week. It's all coming up after this 2-minute timeout here on CEC TV and 97.7 ESPN. 24-20, Flyers lead by 4 over Canyon View on the one-loss scoreboard.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun's gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Okay, we are inviting you to join us for Talking Point Live.
Coming to you, not necessarily live, but tape delayed on the Community Education Channel at 9:30, 12:30, and 4:30 daily, from what I understand. But you can also pick it up on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TalkingPointLive.
And respond to us, right?
Please,
on
let
Facebook.
us know, because it's important to understand not only how our conversation is going, but maybe how is it affecting you at home as well. All right, Eric Young,
Jennifer Kohler.
Talking Point Live. We'll see you.
Yeah, welcome back. InfoWest halftime report. Devin Dixon Andy Thompson with you on your Friday night, and Jetettes performing here at the half. Man, they've been winning state championships. Drill is very competitive down here in southern Utah. You know, you get the E-Shells at Snow Canyon. The Tempest line is fantastic over at Desert Hills. Very competitive in drill in southern Utah. They work hard as the guys. I mean, I think they go to practice a lot earlier than the guys. From what I hear, a lot of these drill teams practice like 5 a.m. in the morning and put on a halftime show just like that. 24-20 Flyers lead by 4. Andy, give me your thoughts and break down what we saw in half number 1 that allowed Canyon View to jump out to that hot start and then Dixie to storm back. Yeah, Canyon View just started making a bunch of jump shots, including 3 threes early, and then they got a fourth one in the second quarter. And we're making pretty much everything from the perimeter, but Dixie just kept going at the hoop. Jordan Matthews was in the passing lanes, getting transition buckets, got some good points early from Whitehour in that first lineup. But, Canyon View's defensive effort, I think, is what has them in this game as close as they are, down 4 on the road, extending out, getting in the pass lanes, putting pressure on Dixie. I'm very impressed with Mason Lyman, kind of playing free safety a lot of the times on defense, and probably had 2 or 3 steals in that first half just from leaving his guy going and ripping it away from a Flyer who wasn't looking. Overall, I think for the Flyers offense, a lot of their offense was generated from the transition game on fast breaks. Didn't take a lot of threes, but overall, whenever they went to the basket, that's when they got their payoff, especially Jordan Matthews going hard to the lane. Real quickly, let's run down the Wilkinson stats here inside our InfoWest halftime report. Appreciate the internet people at InfoWest. Derek Walls, 1 bucket, 2 points. 2 buckets in the first quarter by J.J. Whitehour, and they needed him. He gave them a spark with all 5 seniors and different seniors that normally play a lot of minutes going for Coach Roberts. I thought Whitehour had a nice first quarter. Roundy came in and scored all 6 of his points in the second quarter. 1 bucket for Travis Muir for 2 points. Hayden Cottle, only 1 from 5 in that first half. The one he hit was a 3, though, for his 3 points. And then Jordan Matthews, he came in with instant offense in the first quarter, continued that in the second quarter. He had 6 points as well. So Roundy and Matthews, a team high 6 each to pace Dixie. Parker Holmes, 2 buckets, 4 points. Cody Spencer, 2 buckets, 4 points to pace the team high for Canyon View. But they got balanced production from everywhere. Lyman with 3, Farrell with 3, Brenly with 3, and Jackson Jorgensen hit a 3. So 4 threes hit in that first half, and they needed them. They needed them here on the road against the Flyers. Yeah, and the challenge for them is going to be, okay, in the second half, we might not be making as many threes as we did in the first half. How are we going to get our production? I think Lyman going to the basket and then making good passes. He set up Brentley once. Also, Jorgensen did a good job passing up on threes and instead driving in and getting it to other guys who were open off the penetration on the block for easy layups. I think they can go a little bit more at Dixie in the second half. And Dixie on the other end as well, getting Lemke off the elbow and closer to the block. He's got a size advantage, either him or Cottle going in at the paint. We've seen it time and time again with Canyon View struggling to defend the key against some of the bigger Region 9 teams, and I think Dixie needs to exploit that more in the second half. Take a look at our highlights if we can. Highlights of the first half here on CEC TV for our online audience on sportsradio977.com. There's one of the early threes, but then, like I said, Whitehour got some early buckets. Yeah, Whitehour was great. High energy, took a charge as well, and was really good on defense as Brinley knocks down his first 3 of the game. I swear, Brinley, some of his three-pointers come off almost with no spin. Great extra pass there as Parker Holmes had 2 of his 4 points. Muir's only bucket came right here, high kiss off the window. Yeah, strong move by Muir. He's an athletic kid, as we see a long shot knocked down there by Spencer, and then he drives and passes it out. It's intercepted by who else? Jordan Matthews, who takes it coast to coast. Yeah, Matthews with 6 in that first half, and there's 4 of his 6 on back-to-back highlights there. Couldn't convert the and one. Here's Cottle's only field goal. That one was from long range, but Cottle did some nice things on defense. There you see him blocking Parker Holmes, and then Roundy went to work. It looked all of a sudden like late in that second quarter, Roundy just wanted to get all the way to the rim and just so quick off the dribble drive, doing some nice things. And then you draw the defense to you, you give it up. And there's Jordan Matthews right before the half ended, and that gives Dixie the 24-20 lead at the break. Real quickly, before we step aside, want to give you a couple score updates. Now, Canyon View needs to win tonight and needs Cedar to help them out by beating Hurricane. That is not happening at the half. 35-12 right now at the break. Hurricane is destroying Cedar. The Redmen made only one field goal in the first half, the rest of it coming from the free throw line, I'm being told.
Holy cow. I mean, as you say, Double D, expect the unexpected, because I was expecting Cedar to come out on fire tonight, much like they looked to me against Snow Canyon a couple nights ago on Wednesday. But the complete opposite of that is happening right now against Hurricane.
It was a little late tip, so they're in the second quarter, nearing halftime. The first score update we got at the end of the first quarter was Pineview was leading Desert Hills 14-11. There's no playoff implications in that game. Pineview's wrapped up the number 1 seed. Desert Hills will not make the postseason. We'll keep you posted. Can pass along. Dixie State women's basketball 179-63 tonight. Lisa Van Kampen with 21 points. And the Dixie State Trailblazer tennis team holds off Colorado Mesa today 5-2. That was a home match for the Trailblazers. Dixie State men's basketball team is underway, and we'll get a score when we come back, because we've got to take a 2-minute timeout and then wrap up our InfoWest halftime report. At the half, Dixie comes back, outscores Canyon View by 10 to lead at intermission 24-20 here on your Region 9 network.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
A quick update for you. Donovan Mitchell and the USA Rising Stars playing against the World Rising Stars. Donovan Mitchell, 9 points, 4 of 5 shooting, 1 of 2 from downtown. Tatum has 16. Kyle Kuzma has 23.
Dang.
But Ben Simmons has 18, and it's the USA squad that leads at halftime, 83-71, Andy. They're pacing for 300 points in that game.
Yeah, pay the over, potentially.
Getting the All-Star weekend going. We'll have the All-Star game itself for you on 97.7 ESPN on Sunday. Can also tell you Dixie State men's basketball, final regular season road games. The women won earlier, told you that. The men leading 18-15, 11:32 left in the first half. And already Matt Conway into double figures with 10 points to pace the Trailblazers. And don't forget, we'll have the next 2 games next Friday and Saturday on CEC TV for you. And then that March 1st final game of the season, or March 2nd, whatever it is, against Westminster will be on 97.7 ESPN and CEC TV as well. Andy, let's talk adjustments for the second half as we wrap up our Info West halftime report.
Well, for Canyon View, they've got to figure out a way to take advantage of that elbow position, throwing it down. Sometimes Lyman's down there, sometimes it's Farrow, sometimes it's Brindley, but making a more inside-out element of their offense, passing it out to three-point shooters or facing up and making plays towards the basket. It can't just all be threes, especially against this Dixie defense.
It will be Schaefer, Roundy, Cottle, Limke, Matthews starting the second half. So Coach Roberts and the Flyers do change their lineup. Same starting five for Coach Potter as they go to work with possession here. Underway, Flyers by 4. Start of the third quarter brought to you by our friends at Intermountain Sports Medicine. They provide the trainers throughout Region 9, and quickly a shot up and a shot goes down. That was no hesitation there by Kyle Sorensen. That's his first points of the night.
And they've been great at that long two-point jump shot. It's been open for them. Sometimes the threes are closed out really hard on, and obviously it's hard to get layups every possession. But if you can consistently knock down a 15, 17-foot jumper like they've been able to, that's what's kind of kept them in this game.
Turnovers were 5 for each team in the first half, but the Flyers just made a mistake there. And now Canyon View with possession again. Turning it over, and now Lyman going to work. Kicks to Brindley, deflected, gets it deep in the corner. Now goes inside, now kick back out. Holmes extra pass, good look by Farrow, and he got it. Splash of Kern Christensen, NAI 3 by Trevor Farrow.
And that's a good rhythm jumper, a little inside out, kick it back out to Farrow, who was wide open, caught it, didn't hesitate, throws it up. And that's exactly how they started the first half.
Yeah, Lyman hit one, Farrow hit one real early in that first half. Farrow with now 6 points, both on triples. And it's a 1-point game, 25-24. After a nice little surge, a little 5-0 run and a whistle and a foul down low. Going against Canyon View. Farrow gets the personal foul called on him. It's only his first and the first team foul. Outside of Matthews. Back over to Cottle. Cottle way outside. Going to reset to Roundy. When Roundy got his 6 points, it was in a flurry, and it was all just dribble drive, beating everybody with his speed. Against the zone now, a little bit more difficult to just race through everybody than it is against man-to-man. And the Flyers showing some patience. If you didn't run much man in the first half, but jumping into it here. 1 point lead for the Falcons, 25-24. Appreciate the Ryan Kramer team, #1 real estate agent in Washington County. If you're out looking at the parade of homes, make sure you get with Ryan Kramer. Learn more at RyanKramerTeam.com. Inside Limke. Limke hasn't even shot an attempt until now, and he drops a baby right hook softly through.
And great persistence by Lemke. He reposted probably 4 times that possession. He was out on the elbow, forced his way back in against the zone defense on Sorensen to get a great position. Beautiful bullet pass by Hayden Cottle to set him up.
Oh, mistake there. Lyman thought he had room to get the 3 off. It was blocked. Dixie tracks it down. Here comes Matthews. Skip to Cottle. Cottle hoists a deep 3. Won't fall. Rebound fought for. Controlled by Holmes. Here comes Canyon View. Canyon View throws it away. Throw it out in front of Farrow. He couldn't reel it in. Dixie with possession, and they have the 26-25 lead here in the third quarter. 5:31 left on the clock.
Yeah, rare miscue there from Holmes and Farrow. They're so good working together. Moving the ball down the court that time, just a bad pass.
Lemke gets it up to the corner to Matthews. Looking inside. Beautiful catch by Cottle and a good feed, but he missed it. Rebound Canyon View. That pass had to be precise. Lyman now. Keep his dribble going. Goes past Matthews. Teardrop. Too strong. Rebound Cottle. Found the soft spot in the zone once he got to the key, but couldn't hit that little floater shot. Now Roundy. Cottle into Limke. Limke. Double team. Poked away. Stolen away for a second. Roundy's fighting for it back, and now we've got a whistle and a foul. And going to be going against Canyon View, it looks like. They poked it away from Limke. Holmes then lost it, but Holmes pushing Roundy, fighting for the loose ball rebound. I think Holmes got his second foul, and he does. And we've got a timeout. Gives us a chance to thank Fabulous Freddy's. Andy, we've seen one free throw tonight. Fabulous Freddy's always our free throw sponsor tonight. That's it. It was an and one. That was the only trip to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line, but you're out and about, need to get your car cleaned up, go get the car washed at Fabulous Freddy's. You got the early bird special from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., so you can save a few bucks. Also got the Car Wash Club, unlimited washes. And they always got the famous pink cookies from Splash. And the popcorn over at the Bluff Street location. I love it when Brett from Freddy's drops off some Doc popcorn.
Oh, it's the best.
To the studio. He gives us that mixed flavor with the caramel and the cheese.
With the caramel. Holy cow.
You think it's
my
not
favorite.
good, but it's money.
Oh, it's excellent. Excellent mixture.
Appreciate Fabulous Freddy's, longtime great sponsor of high school hoops. 26-25, Dixie leads by 1. They triggered it into Matthews. Give it back to Roundy. Quickly to Schaefer. Now to Cottle. Up top to Matthews. Coach Roberts wants him to run through it. Screen set by Lemke. And they slip the screen. He goes, gets the contact, and then fades away to a right-hand little baby hook off the glass and good.
Wow, catches it, gathers himself, all his momentum. You know, I thought he was going to throw it way too hard off the glass, but good job collecting himself and put it up nice and soft.
Holmes, drop step, spin move, baseline jumper, falls from 6 feet out by Parker Holmes. He's got 6 on the night.
And even though they don't have the size, guys like Holmes and Brindley can be very effective down in the paint.
Schaefer 3 won't fall from the corner for Dixie. They lead 28-27, but here comes Canyon View. Brindley, nice little flip pass. A left-hand baby hook. Won't fall, but a foul goes against Dixie High.
Wow, really good hands by Sorensen to catch, do a little fake, and then flip it up with his left hand after getting a couple Flyers to move. Almost got it to fall, but instead he'll go to the line.
Excuse me. So Sorensen, Kyle Sorensen, who scored his first bucket earlier in this quarter, shoots some free throws from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. The first one's up and in. Good little touch pass by Brindley to set this up. Nearly an and one. Substitutions, Derek Wallace coming in for Lemke. Schaefer checking out, and Finlayson's coming in. Isaac Finlayson, one of the pure shooters, underclassmen that should have a chance to really be a scoring threat in the next couple years here for Coach Roberts. Second free throw good. And now the seesaw battle begins with Canyon View back on top, 29-28 on our one-loss scoreboard. Risky pass, but it's tipped to Wallace, and the Flyers into the front court. Now kick it back out near the backcourt to Roundy, near half court. Roundy uses his screen, splits a double team, and he's fouled. And that's 3 on Holmes. And Lyman's like, what are we supposed to do here? We double teamed him, he went through us.
That's tough. I mean, they're just closing the gap a little bit here. He tries to split it. We saw this with Holmes for Canyon View on the other side in the first half. He tried to split it with a spin, and it'll be called on Holmes. Tough call.
Holmes will check out with 3 personal fouls. And Finlayson grabs the inbounds pass, turns, faces, puts it on the bounce a couple times, goes to Roundy. Roundy looking inside to Cottle, who's trying to. Lyman's trying to front him. He's giving up some size. Now Cottle's got Lyman on his back, and Cottle makes a beautiful move and scores it.
Awesome little shimmy with his back, and then spin move. Great job creating space for himself before putting that one up.
Cottle's got now 5 on the night, and it's a Dixie 30-29 lead over Canyon View. Appreciate Summit Athletic Club. Still early in the new year. Get in there and get training today at one of their 3 locations, 24-hour service. That new location on South Bluff features Cubex. It's really cool technology. And a steal. And Cottle gives it back. Turnover for a turnover.
Yeah, it was Malik driving it baseline into no man's land. Really had nowhere to go with it. Easy turnover for the Flyers, and then just an errant pass from Cottle to give it right back to the Falcons.
Flyers down on defense, digging in, and nearly a steer by Matthews. And Matthews thought he had dry touch at last. The official says no. Matthews had a little,
big eyes.
Facial expression there. It was awesome. Dixie leads by 1. Jorgensen working against this 2-3 Flyer zone. Goes inside, Sorensen facing up. Now he'll go down low, baby hook, got it, and a foul. Kyle Sorensen coming alive. He's got 6 in the third quarter and 6 in the night.
Big boy move by Sorensen against a very tough defender. Goes right at Cottle, lowers his shoulder, goes up with the left, swings it low and up off the glass. And, you could question the call on Cottle, but not the persistence and strong move there by Sorensen. Great effort.
So 32-30 our score. Here with 2:32 left on the Pace's Colligan clock. And pick up a little look at a full court man as it's poked away by Jorgensen, and Finlayson dives on it, and an alternate possession on the jump stays with Dixie High.
Yeah, Jorgensen just putting on big pressure here on the other side of the timeline. Swipes it away and then dives for it. Great hustle.
By the way, at half, Desert Hills leads Pineview 28-20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, another surprising score.
Of course, the halftime score we had Hurricane at Cedar was crushing Cedar 35-12. Here it was a 24-20 lead for Dixie, but Canyon View has come back now with 2:15 left in the third quarter to take this 32-30 lead. Great entry pass in again, and guess what? Cottle catches it, scores it, and now he's fouled, and we're tied at 32.
And such an asset on either side of the floor, but when he posts and really commits himself to getting that lob pass over Brindley, and then there's nothing Brindley can do except foul him from behind for an easy scoop layup for Cottle, and he'll knock down the free throw as well.
He's got 8, and 5 of his 8 coming here in the third. 2:05 on the clock. Flyers back up by 1, 33-32. Lyman didn't get much of a break. He's back out there. So is Spencer, Jorgensen, Brindley, and Farrow. And the 3 by Jorgensen won't go. Spencer tried to challenge Matthews for that rebound, but Jordan Matthews clears it. Gives it to Cottle, now gets it back. Across half court, Matthews. Gives it to Derek Wallace. Now to Isaac Finlayson. Finlayson out top to Roundy. Roundy looking for Cottle again. Is not there, so he goes to Wallace. Wallace wants to shoot it. They're giving him space, but passes it to Finlayson. Now Cottle catching it 18 feet out just inside the three-point line. And it's turned over. Turned over by the Flyers. I think Wallace was going one way, and Cottle thought he was going the other, and Cottle threw it out of bounds. That's 8 turnovers now on Dixie.
Yeah, tough possession there offensively for the Flyers as Wallace just kind of knocked it out. Knew he couldn't save it, so he just kept running, and now here comes Farrell.
Coming up a little later tonight, we'll bring you the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show, hand out our Dad Strucking Player of the Game award, and more. And a wow shot. I mean, wow, as he scooped it off the top of the standard, and it's back to Dixie.
What a crossover he made on Roundy. And man, I thought that was a foul. Roundy reached across his body, and that's why he just flung it up there, but didn't get the call.
Maybe that's why.
What a move.
And Coach Potter is asking how there was no foul called there. Coach Roberts is coaching his guys up. Coach Potter doesn't believe it. And Matthews is going to inbound, and Lyman's going to steal it. Not a good pass there, underthrown. Now Lyman, crossover on Round. He kicks it to Brindley in the corner. Straight away, Farrow hoists the 3, missed it short. Rebound, fought for. Sorensen grabbed it. And Sorensen's fouled from the backside by Jordan Matthews.
Man, Sorensen has been awesome going up this time for an offensive rebound to keep the possession alive for the Falcons. That gets Matthews his 3rd foul with under a minute left to go in the 3rd quarter, but it's a big call against the Flyers.
Yeah, Sorensen just didn't look like he had a chance to get that rebound.
Yeah.
And found a way. 33-32, Flyers by 1, and another quick foul. This one will go against Dixie defensively, and it's going against Nick Roundy, his 2nd.
Yeah, good drive. They've had several of them, whether it's Lyman or that time Farrow, just crossing over and going right at the Flyers.
Inbounds to Farrow in the corner. Back out to Lyman. Mason Lyman. Now to Jorgensen. Canyon View on the road. Just down 1. And inside Lyman missed a little mid-range floater. Got it back, puts it up and in. Persistence by Mason Lyman.
Lyman has been the man. I mean, beautiful cut. Misses the layup, gets his own rebound, and goes back up with it. He's so good moving without the basketball.
He's got 5. Canyon View, 34. Dixie, 33. That's 4 one-point lead changes in a row. The seesaw battle has begun. Finlayson trying to change it with a 3, and he couldn't hit it. Oh, it looked good, but he popped back out. Lyman now to Jorgensen at the horn. Good if it goes. He missed the 3 to end the third. And Canyon View has a 34-30 lead. Andy, this is getting good.
Yeah, I mean, Jorgensen with his second chance and a buzzer beater tonight. Just missed that one, but great way to close out that quarter by the Falcons.
60-second timeout. Canyon View up 1 on Dixie when we come back for fourth quarter action.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
$25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to the Hangar. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you here on CEC TV, now in HD on channel 108. And, of course, 97.7 ESPN. We're also streaming this game on sportsradio977.com. It's the final night of the regular season. Canyon View goes back to work. Inside Sorensen. Ball fake, wraparound pass, reverse, good. Oh, how about that for one of our Appliance Wholesalers Plus playmaker play of the games.
And they're playing with fire right now. The Falcons have a ton of energy as they extend the lead. 36-33.
Reverse good by Holmes, but the pass by Sorensen, incredible. Faked the hook and then snuck it down low on a bounce pass for the reverse lay-in. My, oh my. 36-33. Canyon View on top here by 3. Not quite yet a minute into the fourth quarter. As the Flyers patient on offense. They've switched to a zone again. Well, they've stayed in this zone pretty much the most of the second half. Roundy now holding with it. Drives on Farrow, stops, pops, and hits Nicholas Roundy.
And, you know, he had that burst in the second quarter, and really that's where most of his points have come from. But he's got to kind of take over right now going towards the basket.
Inside pass to Holmes. Limke comes over, helps him out with the block. Comes off his man, and now a reach-in foul called against Dixie. After the rebound was secured, and they got, is that?
And Matthews with his 4th foul.
Uh-oh, that is on Jordan Matthews.
Yeah, he came down. He's so physical, and he likes to get his hands in there, and he creates a lot of steals, but maybe a little too risky at this point in the game.
And how about Holmes, after getting blocked, goes and gets it back? I mean, just this kid does not quit. Him and Lyman, Farrow, Sorensen, they're playing hard. Now Farrow spots up a good look at a jumper, and it goes.
And I don't know that they've missed a mid-range jump shot, especially dribbling into it like that. Great shot by Farrow.
Cottle, Finlayson, Limke, Bennett, Roundy on the court for Dixie. They're down 38-35. Brindley, Sorensen, Lyman, Farrow, and Holmes on the court for Coach Potter and Canyon View right now. Bennett inside Limke. And a baby hook and a foul. The shot doesn't drop, but he'll shoot free throws.
Man, great position. Putting his hands up big to see the target. They find him down low. It's just a tough angle to hook that one in from where he was at. Almost got it to go, but instead he'll get 2 free throws.
38-35 is Noah Limke, the 6'9" center for the Dixie Flyers, goes to the stripe. And the first Fabulous Freddy's free throw is up and good by Lemke.
Derek Wallace will come into the game for Isaac Finlinson for the Flyers.
One more coming for Lemke. I like how patient he is, not in a hurry, and he made him bowl. He's got 6 points tonight, and he was held scoreless when Canyon View and Dixie met in the first meeting earlier this season. Lyman breaks a little pressure to Sorensen, now gets it down to Brindley. Back to Lyman. Lyman wants a ball screen. They kick it out of bounds. Bennett got his foot out there as they were trying to feed it over to Farrow. Farrow will trigger it in. Gets it right into Lyman. Canyon View with the ball and a 1-point lead. 5:42 left on the Paces Colgan clock here in the fourth quarter. Or I should say 5:37 left in regulation, the way this game is shaping up. And a high arcing shot doesn't drop. Rebound Cottle. Lemke bothered it, I think.
Yeah, he's had a couple blocks tonight and a few shots arranged.
Yeah, he's definitely, his presence
messed up a lot of opportunities for the Falcons.
Roundy now drives through the key. Nothing there. Kicks to Wallace. He'll attack. Kick out. Bennett hoists the three. No. Left it short. Rebound by Farrow. He'll bring it across half court himself. Canyon View up by 1, 38-37. 5 minutes exactly left here in the regulation. Let me put it that way because this is tight. Inside, back out. Lyman now goes back. Turnaround jumper. Sorensen missed it. Rebound fought for. Cottle saves it, tips it to Roundy. Here comes Nick Roundy all the way in. Kept it. Pivot foot. Missed it. Rebound Lemke. Falls out of bounds. And last touch by Lemke. It'll go back to Canyon View.
Great effort by Lemke. And really on both sides on the other end by Holmes. But Roundy's ability to stop on a dime here. Spins a little bit. Doesn't travel. Good job by Sorensen to be straight up there on defense and not foul. And Falcons get the ball back.
Lower scoring game between the Flyers and the Falcons. Farrow averages 13 a game. Holmes averages 14 a night. Lyman 12 a night. But it's been kind of a collective effort for both teams just to find points in this one as we approach halfway point here in the fourth quarter. Mid-range J by Farrow, too strong. Canyon View's gone cold. Really, since that reverse lay-in by Holmes, they have not gotten a bucket.
Sorensen's going to get called on the reach in from behind on the rebound.
Canyon View scored 4 in the quarter. Dixie has scored 4 in the quarter, so Canyon View into the third quarter up by 1, and they're still up by 1, but Dixie with a chance to change that offensively, moving it to Cottle, now right side to Bennett. Bennett backs it back out to the D for Dixie. Flyers been playing basketball here in the hangar since I think 1919 or 1909. Now I'm going to forget. Shot up no good. Long time. The first school here in Washington County, in a town that now the fastest growing city in the country. And we're living in it, Andy. Crazy.
Pretty incredible.
Give and go out top. Farrow, no going to take the three. Back to Lyman. 3:18 on the clock. Canyon View with the 1-point lead and the possession here. Now they go to Holmes on the baseline. He'll flip to the corner of Brindley. Brindley wanted to take the three. Didn't have time to get it off. Now a bad pass. Sorensen tried to feed it to Holmes, but the Flyers touched it last.
Yeah, tough pass. He had Farrow on the wing. Just didn't see him try to force it over to Holmes, who was kind of in the middle of a couple of Flyers. But luckily for the Falcons, they'll get the ball back.
Finlinson comes in for Wallace. Sorensen checks out, and Spencer comes in. So they lose a little size here, does Canyon View. Brindley again wanted the three, didn't shoot it. From the corner, good closeout by Cottle, I believe. Now Lyman, kick out, Farrow. Back to Lyman. Patience here by Canyon View offensively. Double team, now Holmes. looking for a pass, and he throws it off the Flyers instead to save the possession with 2:44 on the clock. And again, Canyon View up 38-37.
Yeah, had nowhere to go. Brindley was setting up on the opposite baseline for a 3, but it was a really tough angle. Holmes did the right thing by just throwing it off Matthews.
38-37, lead is 1. And we've just got 2:44 to go. This is tight. And Canyon View burning a lot of clock. And now inside Holmes challenges. They say no, he traveled first. And they take the bucket away.
Yeah, he thought for sure he had gotten an and one, but not so fast as travel is called.
I don't know if that's a travel.
Yeah, I didn't see a foot move there.
He kept that right foot down the whole way. I don't agree with the call. I don't agree. But, hey, they're human. They miss some sometimes. And now Caudle's going to try to take advantage. And he does. Turn around jumper from about 8 feet out. It goes down.
Big shot from Caudle, trusting his hook from that far out to give Dixie Flyers the lead with 2 minutes left.
And Caudle has had a nice second half. He only had 3 at the half. He's got 10. Brindley, deep 3. Missed it. Rebound, Bennett. Here comes Ethan Bennett across half court. Coach Roberts wants a timeout. And the Flyers will use it here with 1:54 to go. They lead 38-39, and it's a 30-second timeout, but we'll step aside and a message from our great local partners. Flyers up 1, don't go away.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Back to the hangar. Both teams staying a long time in the huddle there for Canyon View. Coach Potter, final instructions. What do you think?
Well, I was just going to ask you. I don't know. I'm assuming Dixie's going to try to chill out here for a minute, but maybe not as they go right to the basket on a give, and then Matthews goes to the basket. It's knocked out of bounds. Flyers will keep the ball.
Well, we've seen both teams really value possessions here in the fourth quarter. Working against zones, nobody too quick to just take a bad 3. They finally get it in, beat the 5-second count to Matthews, whips it to Roundy. Roundy, nice move, the little flip shot won't go, and a rip. Nice board by Holmes. Ahead, Jorgensen, blocked by Ethan Bennett, and Finlinson collects it, gives it back to Bennett. Bennett ahead to Matthews. Matthews attacking and scoring, Jordan Matthews.
Wow, what a huge turn of events as Jorgensen tried to go against 3 Flyers. Ethan Bennett slams it out of his hands with a big swat, and then Matthews extends the lead to 3.
Matthews has 8 on the night. Farrow, drive, now kick. Jorgensen gives it back to Spencer. Cody. Spencer flips it over to Lyman. Lyman wanted the 3, instead goes to Holmes. He'll hoist the quick 3, missed it off the back iron. Rebound. And somehow Holmes gets all the way over there to get his hands on that rebound after he shot the shot.
It's amazing how well he moves and follows his shots or figures his way into offensive rebounds. Great hustle after, Matthews, who's playing the middle part of that zone, closes out so well.
I'm sorry, that was Farrow on the shot. That's 3-13.
Yeah, they all have that little haircut in the back.
But Caudle got caught with a push-off. That was why the Falcons will retain possession. They're down by 3. We're under a minute to go. Crunch time here at the hangar at Dixie High. Canyon View not getting the help they need. They're probably going to be the 4 seed. I don't know if that game's went final, but Hurricane was just hammering Cedar. But they're playing hard tonight. Lyman, high arcing 3, no. And high flying Isaac Finlinson goes in for the rebound, and then he's fouled.
And you see how fired up Coach Roberts was to see this young sophomore go up and get that board. He came all the way out to almost half court, pumping his fists as Finlinson goes up high over very tough. I mean, how many big offensive rebounds has Canyon View had this game? But Finlinson made sure they didn't get that one.
And that's a tough call on Parker Holmes with Finlinson coming into him, but you got to live. I guess you got to give him room to land. What they deemed there. Because Holmes was kind of back.
Yeah.
His back was to Finlinson. And Finlinson missed. And now Candyview can still tie it. They're up 41-38. 31 seconds to go. And Coach Potter's going to take a full timeout. It's brought to you by the Ryan Kramer team at RE/MAX. And we're going to step aside. Full timeout, 45-second break. Back with the finish here. Flyers lead by 3, but Candyview ball when we return.
Responsible ourselves for our minds.
True, right? But that's
we can't
that's
palm
the
it
issue.
off on being unwitting dupes and just say, oh well, it doesn't count because I got played.
Well, we have some unwitting dupes, Jennifer.
We do, but you can't say because we got played by the Russians that we have to redo the election.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents, and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating.
Coming up, we'll have the Johnson
The
Pediatric
score isn't
Dentistry.
settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Looks like Candyview's not going to get the help they need even if they win this game. They're probably going to end up the 4 seed for the upcoming state tournament, but they're giving the Flyers all they want tonight.
Yeah, it's been an incredible game as they need a big, either quick 2 here going towards the basket from Farrell or Lyman or a big 3-point shot.
Clock ticking now after they triggered into Lyman. Goes left, now goes back to the right. Lost his dribble, gives it to Holmes. Holmes drives through, lost it, goes up, over Limke and scores it. Parker Holmes cuts it to 1, 14 seconds left. Huge bucket by Parker Holmes.
Yeah, lost the ball in the middle of the key, regathered it, went up against the biggest guy who swatted 2 or 3 shots tonight. Noah Lemke got it over his outstretched hand for one of the biggest plays of the game for Candyview.
Holmes has 10. What do you like about Parker Holmes?
Well, he can shoot the 3, but he also is just so good at going to the basket, getting offensive and defensive rebounds, playing bigger than he is. And, in the biggest moment of the game, he got it on the wing, didn't settle for the 3, drove right into the teeth of the Dixie defense and put it up and closed the gap to just a 1-point deficit here with 14 seconds.
How long do you want to go before you foul? 4 or 5 seconds? Try to get a 5-second count first, and then a quick trap.
Let it breathe a little bit. I mean, you've got a bunch of scrappers on this team, and they can make something happen. You got 2 sophomores out there in Finlinson and Bennett. Allow your guys to try to get a steal for as long as possible, and then obviously got a foul.
Matthews to trigger it in. Home run to Bennett. Catch made behind the defense. Scoring it is Ethan Bennett. The gutsy, aggressive call made by Coach Roberts, and now he takes a timeout. Flyers lead 43-40.
Like calling an out-and-up Hail Mary throw on 4th and 1. What a throw to Ethan Bennett, who catches it in stride, puts it up, touchdown Flyers, extends the lead to 3 with 11 seconds. What a throw.
How about that for your Appliance Wholesalers Plus playmaker?
Unbelievable.
Play of the game.
Love the guts.
Well, so often you'll see that, but a lot of teams want to just get it into their guard.
Yeah.
Let him try to make a quick move, create some space. Jordan Matthews, that's a dangerous pass. If he throws that over the top out of bounds, Candyview gets possession at their own end.
Yeah.
And no time goes off the clock. Now, the Flyers did score really quick, 11.6, and they're going to add a second and now say 12.6 on the clock for Candyview. And it's still a one-possession game, 43-40.
And so Candyview basically in the exact same position they were just a couple seconds ago where, all right, do we give it to one of our guys like Farrow, Lyman, or Holmes and let them go and get a quick 2 and maybe a foul, or do we try to set up a shot after a penetrate and kick situation? We'll see what they do. I mean, they've got shooters all around the floor, especially if Brindley's set up out there. And if they can get either Farrow or Lyman as well on a drive, we'll see what happens. But they got a full court to go against pressure against the Flyers.
I think everybody gearing up for the state tournament. I like how these coaches are utilizing their timeouts. Inbounds goes to Farrell. Farrell across half court with 10. Back to Lyman now with 8. Lyman, hand off to Farrell. Farrell around a Parker Holmes screen. Now back to Holmes. Extra pass. Now to 1. He's got to shoot it. And he gets it off, not in time, and Dixie wins it. Or if it did count, no, I think they waved that off. I don't know if it left the hand in time. Doesn't matter, he missed the shot. Flyers win.
Incredible defense, switching everything by the Flyers. They were committed to taking a 3. They set up a play. They had a high screen to open up a shooter, but Dixie didn't fall for it, and I don't know if he even got that ball off. He had nowhere to go with it, had to hoist one, desperation free, but just great defense all the way around by the Flyers on that one. Seal the win, 43-40. You know, didn't mean a ton, obviously, for Canyon View, especially with the way that Hurricanes beating Cedar, but a heck of a game to head into the playoffs. I think for both teams, a really crisp play game, defensive struggle, and only 83 total points scored.
Oh, man, let's catch our breath. It was low scoring, but it was exciting. 43-40, the final score. Dixie has beaten Canyon View. We're going to come back. We'll bring you our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. We'll get you all the scoring. We'll get you caught up with all the scores from around the region. And we'll do it after this 3-minute timeout. Again, the final on the one-loss scoreboard. Dixie 43, Canyon View 40.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Okay, we are inviting you to join us for Talking Point Live.
Coming to you, not necessarily live, but tape delayed on the Community Education Channel at 9:30, 12:30, and 4:30 daily, from what I understand. But you can also pick it up on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TalkingPointLive.
And respond to us, right?
Please,
on
let
Facebook.
us know, because it's important to understand not only how our conversation is going, but maybe how is it affecting you at home as well, right? Eric Young,
Jennifer Kohler.
Talking Point Live. We'll see you.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to the hangar, Dixie High School, where they have won it. They win it by a final score of 43-40 tonight over Canyon View. Flyers will end their Region 9 regular season 9 wins and 3 losses. Second seed in Region 9 for the upcoming 4A state playoffs. Canyon View will be the number 4 seed. They're going to get Orem in the first round, it looks like. Hurricane lost tonight, or beat Canyon View tonight. Hurricane beat Cedar tonight badly, excuse me. And so Hurricane will be the 3 seed in the upcoming tournament. We know Pineview is the 1 seed. Canyon View ends the season at 6-6, and Coach Potter's got to be pretty happy with the effort. 6 wins in Region 9. For years, Canyon View has struggled in Region 9 in a lot of sports. Basketball, though, got to be pretty happy to be representing the postseason. And 6-6 in this region, a tough region. Nice job for Coach Potter. And they gave the Flyers all they wanted to.
Yeah, really good year, really good game tonight. Close things out. We're going full bore to try to do their part to help get them the 3 seed. Instead, they'll have to play a really tough Orem Tigers team. But the way they're playing, I was so impressed pretty much all game long. They only play a handful of kids, and they're going 100% on defense, full rotation, switching and everything. Did a great job against a potent offense for the Flyers to hold them to 43, but they end up losing the game.
Let's take a look at our highlights from the second half, rather, as there was some big plays down the stretch. As Canyon View came in here and didn't shoot the best percentage, especially in the second half, but boy, most of their shots were either right in the lane or outside shots. But Lemke had some big plays down the stretch. Baby hook there in that third quarter.
Yeah, Lemke was great. Had a couple of hooks, got to the free throw line a little bit, really asserted himself down in the paint. And with Sorensen on the other end, the big guy for the Falcons, had a great game overall.
Hayden Cottle had a nice night. There's 2 of his 10 points. Bennett scrapping down low, but Lyman rips it away, scores it after he missed the first attempt. Sorensen, look at this. This might have been our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game until Dixie ended up winning this game. And I think you'll see what we'll go with as our play of the game in a minute. But more Hayden Cottle. He kind of put this team on his shoulders down the stretch, made some big buckets.
Clutch play, and then Matthews with a huge layup. And, at the end of the game, Dixie was just so aggressive. That was a huge play by Holmes to go up over Lemke to get the layup to cut it to a 1-point deficit. Then the launch touchdown pass to Ethan Bennett was just an incredible throw, catch, and layup.
The pass had to be perfect, and the catch had to be made, and then you have to go up and have room to, he didn't put it on the floor. No bounce there from Bennett. I mean, that's like Montana to Rice, back of the end zone, 1-2 feet down, touchdown. That was awesome there. That is clearly your Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. Matthews with the assist to Ethan Bennett, and that gave them the 43-40 lead. Canyon View, it looked like nobody wanted to take too early of a shot, and they pretty much ended up not even getting a shot off. I think they waved off the 3 at the buzzer. If it did count, it missed, so it didn't really matter. But that's something Coach Potter will probably work on before the state tournament next week, that late game situation, because it wasn't the best looking play set up out there, and nobody wanted to take a game winner or a game tying attempt from downtown at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And it seemed like with 12 seconds you could probably try to drive again and go to a quick 2 and then extend the game a little bit, but it was clear that Canyon View was going for the 3. All their actions were around the perimeter. They're setting up screens. Dixie knew it and just didn't allow them anything and force them into a bad shot that happened after the clock expired.
This game flew by. This game absolutely flew by. An hour and 35 minutes, and we actually tipped. This game barely went an hour and 30 minutes. There wasn't that many fouls called. Wasn't a lot of stoppage for free throw attempts. In fact, you look at the free throw attempts, Dixie did a nice job. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5 in this game, but only to the line 5 times. Canyon View was 2 for 3. There just was not a lot of foul attempts in this game. It just flew by.
Yeah. Nobody got in the bonus really till the very, very end, but even then it wasn't a lot. And, very crisp game and really well defended.
Let's run down the Wilkinson statistics here inside our Dr. Cody at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game report on CEC TV 97.7 ESPN, your Region 9 radio network. And we will have a TV game next Friday night in the first round of the playoffs on CEC, on sportsradio977.com. It'll either be Dixie or Pineview, one of the 2 home games. We will bring it to you. We won't be able to do both, but we'll bring you one. CEC helping us out with one of those high school games because they've got Dixie State back at home next Friday night. So we got that to look forward. So this won't be our last triple cast of the season. 10 points tonight for Parker Holmes, 8 points for Trevor Farrow, 6 points for Kyle Sorensen, 5 points for Mason Lyman, 4 points for Cody Spencer, 3 points for Jackson Jorgensen, 3 points for Dallin Brindley as they lose 43-40. For the Flyers, your Wilkinson's individual statistics, Lights fans, home to Corn Moore, you find it at Wilkinson's. 10 for Hayden Cottle, only Flyer in double figures. 8 for Nick Roundy, 8 for Jordan Matthews, 6 for Noah Lemke, 4 for J.J. Widehour, just 2 for Travis Muir, 3 for Ethan Bennett, 2 for Derek Wallace. But, of course, that last lay-in for the only field goal tonight for Ethan Bennett was a big one for Dixie High.
Oh, it was huge. And I really credit Coach Roberts not only on that gutsy call to allow that streak by Bennett that caught the long pass and put up for the layup, but the possession before, they were going to the basket. All when they had a 1-point lead, they weren't looking to waste clock and go back on their heels. They were looking to extend their lead, and they didn't care that they were going to give it right back to Canyon View because they were going to for sure do their part and score the basketball. And I thought Coach Roberts had a great game tonight.
So Cottle with 10, leading the Flyers, 10 for Holmes in the loss for the Falcons. Andy, talk to me postseason picture just really quickly here, and then we'll hand out some more awards. Your thoughts on Canyon View as the 4 seed facing probably Orem. Dixie is most likely going to get Lehigh, I believe it looks like, in the first round. But we'll wait for the official matchups.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Orem, like we've said, they've got guys that can jump, really, really good defenders. But Lehigh's another really good team out of Region 10. I mean, I think a lot of Region 9 fans are happy they weren't matching up with Region 12 again. But then you look at Region 10, and it's going to be a lot of tough matchups. And then from there's a lot of good teams, title-worthy teams this year in 4A. It's going to be tough for Region 9 to get through it all. But I like the parity, once again, 1 through 4 that our region puts out. I think it's going to be another really fun postseason.
Will be a little pressure on Coach Potter with the state tournament in Cedar City.
Yeah,
with Cedar
absolutely
not getting in,
yeah.
Coach Potter's, and last time it was at the Centrum, America First Centrum up there. It was a special moment. The nest was moved over from Canyon View High School, and Branson Blackner and those guys were making a run. That was back when he was a sophomore, and I think they took third that year. So we'll see how it all shakes out. We know the Flyers will be at home next Friday night at 7 o'clock, and we know Pineview will be at home. Real quickly, the scores. Now, I don't think the Desert Hills game is over yet. They're playing over at Pineview. The last score update we had was 42-39. Desert Hills was leading Pineview by 3 in the fourth quarter. And I haven't seen a final score on that yet. Have you?
No.
Okay. I can tell you it is over as I don't know what happened, but Hurricane just went up to Cedar City and just boat raced them 60-36, a 24-point victory for the Hurricane Tigers. That's got to feel good for Coach Langston and the Tigers as they'll be the 3 seed. They'll most likely play against Payson probably in the upcoming state tournament. If you look at Region 10, which Pineview and Dixie will have home games. Right now, Dixie would match up against Lehigh, and then Pineview would have Salem Hills. Canyon View would go to Orem, and then Payson would be hosting the Hurricane Tigers. So those are projected first-round matchups next Friday night. And we'll get the broadcast schedule out for you after the President's Day weekend, and we'll bring you hopefully 3 games somehow on Friday night. And then I know our sister station, 94.9 up in Cedar, will have the Canyon View game as well. So hopefully on the Cherry Creek family of stations, we'll have all 4 games for you, and then we'll have 1 game, either the Dixie or the Pineview game, that'll be on CEC TV as well. Andy, looking at our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game Awards. Now, let's hand out one for each team. Dad's Trucking, running strong since 1988, our longest-running consecutive sponsor of high school sports. That's why we have the big award, the Player of the Game. I'm going to give you all the honors. Sort it through. Who do you like tonight?
Holy cow. It's so spread out for both of these teams. Let's start with Canyon View. Probably got to nominate Parker Holmes, not only for his points. I think he led the team with 10. but he's just all over the place. I don't know how many offensive rebounds, creating second chances for his team. Defensively, he's great, and just had a pretty solid game, scored in every quarter tonight for the Falcons.
So Parker Holmes, your dad's trucking player of the game tonight, as handed out by my man Andy Thompson. Dixie, who gets the honors tonight as our POG'er?
Well, I think Hayden Cottle started slow tonight, but he made a huge three in that second quarter to kind of stop the bleeding for the Flyers, and then he was Mr. Steady in the third quarter, had a couple of buckets, and then 2 more in the fourth quarter, and had 2 excellent passes down to Lemke. He also found another cutting Flyer. Really good passer from the elbow and from the perimeter, and defensively, he's one of the best in the region.
You could not go wrong with Cottle, one of the seniors he didn't start tonight. Some of the other seniors don't play as much, got the nod from Coach Roberts, but big night for him. I thought Jordan Matthews with his 8 points. He stayed out of foul trouble once he got his fourth. Yeah. He there was a lot of time left in that fourth quarter, and he stayed out of foul trouble. Of course, he's the one that set up that throw to Ethan Bennett for the lay-in that gave them just enough cushion to where Candy View had to settle for a buzzer 3 to try to tie it, and they couldn't hit it. Didn't get it off in time. And Dixie wins 43-40. That's going to wrap things up for our online audience on CEC TV. Great job in the truck from Lauren and Marcus and James and everybody, all the cameramen and women. Thanks for teaming up with the Skin. We'll see y'all next Friday on CEC TV and streaming on sportsradio977.com. We'll take a 60-second timeout on radio. Come back, try to see if we can get you a final score from the Pineview Desert Hills game, and then kind of get a little bit more of a look ahead to the upcoming postseason and our B.A. Robinson look ahead. So more of the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show on radio after this. And congratulations to Hayden Cottle and Parker Holmes. They are the Dad's Trucking Player of the game. And don't forget to fuel up and grab a snack. Ernie's 2 Sinclair stations, top of the Boulevard, St. George, State Street in Hurricane, Main Street in Cedar City, and the original location off exit 112 in Beaver. Back in 60 seconds on radio, and good night to our TV audience. Thanks for watching, everybody.